Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives with another knife review. Today I have a very handy and well-made EDC folder. This is the Spyderco Bird Meadowlark. The official blade length is 2.9 inches, and you see it is a lockback. This has titanium handle scales, and you can see those scales have 3 grooves for a little added traction. And it's got what they call the comet-shaped opening hole. Some say it's the eye of the bird for the bird line. Now, the bird line has always been Spyderco's more budget-friendly line that's produced in China, right, to Spyderco's specifications. And there you see a little close-up flyby. It really is a very well-done knife. The fit and finish on this, excellent. All right, it's got a 4-position pocket clip. You saw those holes. Full flat ground, of course. Quite pointed. Now, the price on birds has gone up, or at least the titanium scale versions, because really they had to go somewhere to progress the line. You see it there in hand. It's a fairly slim knife due to the lockback design. There's the pocket clip. Right, 4-position. And it's pretty easy to open with that comet-shaped opening hole. Locks up securely. You see it's got some jimping on that thumb ramp. And overall, it's an extremely attractive blade. But yes, the bird line is no longer the bargain bin line of Spyderco. They've dressed it up. They've improved it. Now, in the world of cutlery, whenever there's a popular custom or semi-custom or mid-tech knife, the first thing these companies do is try to make a production version that will be less expensive but have downgraded materials. They also do the opposite. When there's a popular budget line like the Bird stuff, they start introducing material upgrades such as the titanium scales on this knife. They understand that once they've won you over, right, with the less expensive bird stuff of the past and you've grown to like it by using it, well, now you have some brand loyalty. And, you know, if you loved your past birds and then they give you the same thing but even better materials and fit and finish, they understand a lot of people are going to purchase the upgrades such as this, even if they're more expensive. And behold, the initial sharpness. Yes, very good job. A+ initial sharpness. There is a little bit of a close-up of that edge. Nearly scalpel-like. Very good job. Now, the Meadowlark is not the first of the bird line to get the TI treatment. There you see it next to its big brother, the Kara Kara 2 TI, which I have previously reviewed. Right, and that's like the bird equivalent of an Endura in terms of its basic size and shape. Right, so this TI line, this is a very good idea. They look great. There's also a third one called the Robin, right? The Bird Robin TI, which I don't have yet, but it's you can check it out. Now, the Meadowlark has always been the bird equivalent of the iconic Spyderco Delica. There you see it with 2 of my Delicas, right? You got the old school, fully serrated stainless steel handle Delica, then the Meadowlark, and then my ZDP Delica. So you see very comparable in terms of blade length, in terms of handle shape, in terms of blade shape. The Meadowlark has always been the budget play, but no longer. I no longer consider the Meadowlark to be like a budget competitor to the Delica. I basically consider it a variation of the Delica. And there you see the differences in the choil areas and in the opening holes. Right, and of course there are different steels, and there is more footage of the knife in hand. I don't know who that guy is. As you know, I have an outreach to the homeless in the area, and this guy kind of wanders my neighborhood. Sometimes he sees me out there filming videos, and he really wants to be in the video, so I let him be in my videos. You might see him in other videos that I do. Sometimes I even ask him to like throw tomahawks, and he does some odd jobs around my house too. If somebody owes me money, sometimes I send this guy to kind of gently remind him or them. All right, I was just kidding. That was an old school move called the Spidey Drop. Yeah, remember that? Spidey Drop coming at you. Bam! Yeah, this is a cool knife. I mean, it's a small, handy little EDC knife. One other reason that these exist, other than that they had to like spice up the line and take it in a new direction, basically Chinese factories have gotten a lot better at working with titanium, right? So this exists in part because the technical abilities to produce it at a good price have developed over time. Now let's talk about that steel, 8CR13 MOV. It has good corrosion resistance, fairly easy to sharpen. It can take a very sharp edge. It's been a workhorse steel for iconic blades such as the Spyderco Tenacious. But the real reason they use that steel, because of it's a Chinese steel, it's easier for them to get when they're making the knife in China. And likewise, it's no surprise that the Delica is made with VG10 or ZDP, because the Delica being made in Japan, it's easier to get those particular steels in Japan. And speaking of how knives come to exist, I think Spyderco has realized that they've gone pretty far as they can with the budget aspect of the Bird line. I mean, they're still going to keep the budget part of the line around, but nowadays the same companies that do manufacturing for Spyderco's China line, those same companies are making their own knives, which are the exact same quality level and about even half the price. So upgrading the line, jazzing it up, it is a genius idea. It seems that Spyderco has executed extremely well in this case. And for my final conclusions on this Bird TI line, I like it. I do recommend it. Of course, it does depend what price you can get it for. As I said, I can't really speak on price because this is just too new. I have not found any reviews of this on YouTube, and a lot of stores don't have them yet. So, we'll see what the price is, what it ends up being, and you'll have to make your decision, is it worth it to you? All I can do is say that the quality on these is very high, really. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the review. And now I got to tell you, this review was made possible by a website called MSLE. That's Military Security and Law Enforcement Supply. This is a US-based business that is owned and run by a military veteran. Okay, and they reached out to me. They wanted to basically connect with my subscribers because they know a lot of people who watch me are military, are law enforcement, are into preparedness, right? So this is a pretty awesome website that sells all kinds of knives as well as flashlights. People have been asking me, hey, why don't you work with more US-based websites? Believe me, I would love to, but they have to reach out to me, and that's what happened in this case. I talked to the owner personally. Like I said, the dude is a military veteran. Check out their website, and just because they provided this knife, I'm not saying you have to buy this particular knife. They have hundreds and hundreds of items on their website. I chose this knife for the review because there's no reviews of it on YouTube. So it's going to get a lot of people looking it up. But if the Bird Meadowlark is not your thing, for whatever reason, hey, that's cool. I mean, like I said, I'll include a link to the website. They have hundreds of items. If you're on a budget, I would recommend checking out their machete section first, because you can pick up the latest cold steel machete for usually around $20 to $25. Also, they gave me a 15% discount code. So you guys, I pass on the discount to you. Check the text box for all the relevant information. They also carry a lot of Condor blades, which is a company I like. The guy has good taste because he was out in the field like many of you. All right, so all you people who shouted USA, USA, it's time to put your actions and your money where your mouth is. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.